Good morning. You don't normally see me on my home treadmill, do you? But the weather's terrible outside and I've got a few commitments today. So it's a slightly different fragrance video. I'm doing it from home. I'm doing a little bit of a workout. I've got a 2-hour podcast I want to listen to. But we're going to basically do 9 fragrances I've got out here today. They're all sitting on the microwave, as you can see. And the first one I'm going to go through is a collection from Fragrance World, and they do a coffee collection. I've spoken about one of these before, double espresso, but I kind of want to share some of my opinions on the other ones. So my brother is currently out at work. These aren't my fragrances, you've seen all mine, so I thought I'd share some of the ones he's got that I've tried as well, and just give an opinion on them. And then the other ones I've got 5, and they're kind of some clone fragrances, some cheapies, and some more expensive ones maybe you should consider buying this winter, and maybe as a signature scent. So what I'm going to do, we're going to start with the coffee collection from Fragrance World. Nearly fell off the treadmill then. And yeah, I'll give my thoughts. I haven't looked at the note breakdown, so I've got my other phone to kind of share my opinion, but I like to just give a general smell of them anyway, because you can look too much into those. But let's get on with it. Okay, so you'll obviously see the note breakdown on your screen. Double espresso, the first one. So the top notes for this is espresso, obviously. Resins, benzoin, cyan. I don't think I've ever heard of cyan. Vetiver and patchouli. To me, this is just a coffee bomb. It really is just a coffee bomb. I'm going to spray a little bit on me, just so I can remind myself. Yeah, if you like espressos and you just want to smell like one, that is what that is. It is super strong. Forget the other notes. The resins and the benzoin. I don't think there's any sweetness to me in this one. No, this is just a coffee. If you spill coffee over you, and that sounds really bad, I know. That's what I get from it. That is literally it. So you really need to like just a pure, realistic coffee note. I think though, this fragrance, double espresso, is a great fragrance for layering. See, I've done some layering videos recently. Get this with a fruity scent, it goes really well. It's not that cheap. I mean, I'd say look on eBay if you want this one. It's like £45 now on the Tino. I paid about £19. Just keep an eye on that. So you can overpay a bit for that. But if you want the most realistic, just pure coffee scent, that's your fragrance. Right, on to the next one. Okay, so the next one from Fragrance World we're looking at is Irish Coffee. Now, this has got quite a big note breakdown, as you'll see. Pepper, is that Davana as the top notes? Then we go into the middle notes, rum, coffee, bran, lily of the valley, rose, and then the base, this sounds like my note breakdown to be honest with you. Whiskey, coffee, cognac, sandalwood, patchouli, benzoin, oak moss, vanilla, caramel, and cypriol, is that? Now, I've not smelt this fragrance before, so this is a first for me. This is like an unboxing almost, because I don't like to waste my brother's spray, so I'm going to spray a bit on my arm. Hope he never watches this video. And give it a smell. What can I smell? Can I get the boozy notes? Yes, now this reminds me a little bit of Bentley for Men Intense. Very, very slightly. Bentley for Men Intense with a very, very hint of coffee. Yeah, it's not. This isn't a coffee fragrance. This certainly isn't a coffee heavy fragrance like double espresso. It's very nice, but yeah, it's certainly a little bit more, a little bit lighter. Again, not one you'd wear in the summer, certainly not. And look at the darkness of the juice. They are very, very dark fragrances. Yeah, don't spray it on any white t-shirts like I'm wearing. I'm getting Bentley for Men Intense. That's what I'm getting, with that slight whiskey rum accord that those ones may be. Yeah, Bentley for Men Intense does have, but there's a sweetness. I don't know if it's coming from the vanilla or not, but yeah, very nice. A little bit more wearable, that one. So if someone would like a bit more of a wearable winter fragrance that has boozy notes, that's your one. That's your coffee fragrance there that definitely will do that. But coffee isn't the main note in this. It's certainly not the main player. It's mainly about the booze there. Right, on to the next one. So the third one from the coffee collection is Affogato. So this one, you can see it's a much lighter juice here. So let's have a little look at the notes for this one. So top notes, this sounds good, I've not tried this. Ice cream, rum and espresso. Then the middle notes are coffee, cinnamon and cyan benzoin. Then base notes, toffee, vanilla and tonka bean. This sounds like it's going to be like a whipped cream sort of fragrance. I'm liking this. Sorry to Jack, my brother, for using your fragrances. Right, let's give my opinion. That is delicious, right. Right, now this certainly leans a little bit more feminine, I would say, certainly lighter. But that opening of ice cream, I've never thought this. Vanilla ice cream. There's a booziness to it. That's that rum, isn't it? Didn't know there was rum again. Right, what I'm getting here, in terms of the notes from that note breakdown, ice cream, rum, and vanilla. They're the three main notes you are getting. That's delicious. If you like a whipped ice cream sort of smell, you know, like the sort of 99 ones you have at the Flake, that's that with rum in it. It's like someone's doused some rum over that ice cream. Not getting the espresso at all here. So again, from a coffee collection point of view, if you're buying something for coffee, I'd still certainly go double espresso, but that's the classiest one of the lot. I really like that. Wow, that's an all-timer. That might be on my shopping list. If I can get a good price for that, that's great. So that one was Affogato by Fragrance World in their coffee collection. If you like ice cream, who doesn't like ice cream? That might be a little winner there. Oh, that's a really good one. Highly recommend. Right, there's one more I've got here, so let's talk about that one. Okay, without looking at the name of it, I kind of thought that looks like caramel. And it is, it's caramel macchiato. So, let's have a look at the notes. Well, I think we know there's going to be caramel in it. So the notes, top notes, dates and plum. Well, I love dates, and sticky dates from Lush is one of my favourite fragrances. Cappuccino in the middle notes, patchouli, cedarwood, caramel, vanilla and amber. These are like heavenly note breakdowns. I love the names as well. I know they're just names of drinks, but it really enticed me in. I love the classiness of the bottles as well. So, find a spot where I haven't sprayed. I don't think it's going to be that Affogato one. That's nice, but I kind of want a bit more caramel from this because it's called caramel macchiato. So I'm definitely getting dates. It's more like a realistic dates than sort of a sweet, playful one. What else am I getting from that? There's definitely a hint of the cappuccino. Definitely get the cappuccino. And I think amber's quite a powerful sort of note in fragrances. And I think they're the three things. Probably from the top it's the dates, the cappuccino, and probably the amber there. I want a bit more caramel from this. So if you wanted a sort of caramel fragrance, which I always say is a very popular note in fragrances, yeah, this isn't the one. But it's very nice, by the way. This is a fantastic fragrance. This could easily be a signature scent. Not bad at all. It's just where I'm looking at that note breakdown. What I would say, very nice, will get you compliments. Has that slight Middle Eastern vibe about it, this one? I don't think it's going to wow you. That's all I would say with this. But again, performance of all of these smell really strong. They are really, really strong. And I like it a lot. But there's no two ways about it. The best one from that collection, Affogato. That is unbelievable. I love double espresso as well. So if you want a realistic coffee scent, get double espresso. That will just give you pure coffee. If you want a real showstopper, Affogato for me. And the other two are fantastic fragrances, Irish coffee and caramel macchiato. But yeah, I just want a little bit more from them because the other two are absolute stunners. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into 5 other fragrances I found from my brother's room. Now, I think what we'll do, we'll go for cheaper first and then we'll go more expensive. Now, I've owned 3 of these before and I think they're all fantastic fragrances. That's why I've picked them out from his collection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a clone fragrance. It's this one here. Now, if you know Paco Rabanne Pour Homme and you don't want to spend the price, because it's gone up quite a bit, Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, Mandate. So Mandate, I don't know if there's another brand or name or anything on it, but this is a clone of Paco Rabanne's Pour Homme. Now, for those of you that don't know it, it's basically a very smoky fougere barbershop fragrance, and this literally I'll be honest, I've owned Packer Rabanne, I've got it in my mouth now. I've owned it, I can't tell the difference. And that's... It doesn't even smell more synthetic as the version. I don't think it's going to kick off and project as much. That's the only thing that's going to fall down on this. But if you know Packer Rabanne Pour Homme, it's an old school fragrance and you want that soapy vibe for less, get Mandate. That is bang on. I almost feel annoyed that my brother's had this and I've spent £30 on the actual real Packer Rabanne Pour Homme. So yeah, save yourself some money. 100ml, you can get it on Amazon for a decent price. So yeah, that's a very good fragrance. Right, on to the next clone. Now you would see one of my favourite clones, I mentioned it the other day, it's Fantastic Fabulous by Luxury, which is sort of an Arabic brand. I've got another one here. Now this is one I have owned as well, Tobacco Vanilla. So this is obviously a clone of Tobacco Vanille. Now, it's very good as a clone, but I'm going to say this, it's one of them, in the air, walking around, people are going to say, that's really nice, it smells like Tobacco Vanille, if they know Tobacco Vanille. If you get a bit closer, and you're in that vicinity of that person for about 10 seconds, you'll realise it's not quite Tobacco Vanille. It's got this kind of muskiness about it. It's not quite as sweet, it's a bit more fresh, it's a bit more floral in a way than Tobacco Vanille, but it's very nice and it performs really well. So again, I mean, can this replace Tobacco Vanille? Not for quality, absolutely not, but it will give you that scent vibe. I think Tobacco Vanille is one of those rates that's been cloned so many times, it gets for about £12, and I can tell you again, compliment factor on this is very good. I had a lady at work that asked me, what is that you're wearing? This is again 3 or 4 hours after I applied it. I said it's a cheap Arabic Tobacco Vanilla, it was called. She asked me to bring it in, so I brought it in and she kept it for a little while, tested it on herself to decide whether she wanted to buy it. So it's one of those phrases, will get compliments, and yeah, I'm more than happy to say if you wanted a cheap clone Tobacco Vanille, this will do the job. But just expect Tobacco Vanilla not to be quite the same. If you're quite happy with just that little change, that little more clean floral vibe, so it's not, if it's musk or what, I don't know what quite that note is. That's this, but it's very good. It's a fantastic thing. For £12, probably buy about 20 bottles of this for the same price as one Vanille. So we'll go on to the next one. Okay, so I've never owned this fragrance, but it's another cheapie, and as you've seen, I have owned a few Police razors before. This is just Police Original. Now, from memory, I'm sure my brother sprayed this on my arm before. Yeah, now this is just a masculine fragrance. I need to look at the no breakdown at some point, but it's spicy. I think you're getting like a black pepper in this and a woody sort of smell. This is just kind of your throw in your gym bag sort of scent. It's a little bit more complex maybe. It's not aquatic enough for a gym. It's a bit too spicy for a gym fragrance, that's what I would say. But it's very nice. I think there could be vetiver or something else in this as well, but it's definitely got this seriousness to it. It's certainly a bit more grown up. I think this is the sort of scent, again, you're going to your first job and you're doing a slightly more dressed up role, this will do the job. It's not going to perform very well, it's a dumb reach, but it's got that signature scent for someone who's a little bit younger. This is a great entry level fragrance, that's probably the thing I'm saying with this. For someone who's not got a sort of, someone who really likes expensive fragrances, this ain't going to do it, and I can kind of already tell, probably because I've been smelling these other fragrances, it's not going to perform for very long. That's probably going to last about an hour, hour and a half. So yeah, if you value performance, I wouldn't go for this. You can see how clear the juice is, can't you? It's very, very clear. So yeah, very much a dumb reach scent. Not going to offend anyone, probably not going to get you any compliments. It will keep spinning clean, just be aware, you're probably going to need to reapply and spend more because you're going to use it so much. Right, 2 expensive ones now. Now this is one of the most Marmite fragrances I've ever owned, okay? I love this scent. I didn't at first, I hated it. Gucci Guilty, absolute. First of all, I don't like Gucci's bottles. I said this before, they're like a bodybuilder. Big on the shoulders, tiny little head. That's it. And if it had legs, yeah, tiny little legs probably as well. But it's just one of the weirdest fragrances, this. Now this is a leather fragrance, wow. And if anyone's ever smelt this, if you've bought a pair of brand new suede shoes, desert boots, anything like that, I think this is what it smells like. Now, I know some people actually say it's got a bit of an antiseptic smell, so when I had an ankle operation, my family thought it was sort of the anaesthetic stuff or whatever they rubbed on my legs coming off. It's actually because I sprayed a bit of this. This is super strong. Again, the juice of it is really dark, you can see, so again, do not spray this on white clothes or anything like that. But this is pure sort of suede leather sort of smell. There's nothing sweet about it. Leather jacket, aggressive. This is actually one that, again, anything that's brand new that's got a leather smell to it, that's what this is. It's definitely like a suede scent, and it's, I love it. I love it, but this is not easy to pull off. This is leather jacket sort of thing. You got a leather jacket, put this on, probably won't. Probably people will just think it's your leather jacket that smells. Don't think this is going to be a mass compliment guess. This is very, very unique. I wouldn't wear this for like a date or anything. It doesn't meet the sort of modern fragrances, and that's what I really like about it. This is a designer fragrance that's just broken the mould. It's gone for something completely different, and with that, of course, it's not going to be popular with everyone. I love it though. So yeah, if you really want a strong leather fragrance, it's a different take on leather. Gucci Guilty Absolute. Please try it and let me know what you think. Right, time for the last one, the most expensive one. So the last one I'm going to talk about today is another Tom Ford. Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Now, I used to own this quite a lot. And I really liked it, and I haven't had it for a long time. Better not waste this. This is for brothers. Yeah, now this is great. This is really nice. So, you know, sometimes fruity fragrances can be quite playful, quite youthful. This is delicious. This has got a boozy note, by the way. This is very much the booze that I like in it. I don't know if it's rum, I know vodka doesn't have a scent, but it can fizz things up. It's just really classy. Obviously the cherry is prominent. Cherry and booze. That's what this is. It just feels like you've got, you know, like those sort of cherries you get in an alcoholic drink. They're not real cherries, they're like artificial ones that are slightly more red looking, slightly pinky. That's what that is. Lost Cherry is pure class, and I've told this story before. I remember having it once, wore it to work. Everyone said it smells really amazing here, and then the person who was sitting next to me said, "Oh yeah, that's me. I've rubbed this cream on my legs, this strawberry cream." It was that fragrance. It was Lost Cherry. It smelled really nice, and that's a signature scent. It's not really heavy. I think it's certainly more of a winter scent with the boozy note. Because of the fruitiness of it, you can certainly wear it in those transition seasons as well. High heat day, no, but you could wear this at the office, you could wear this on a night out, you could wear it for a date night. I think it does all those jobs. Brilliant, brilliant scent. I think it's slightly better. They did a one called Bitter Peach. I've smelt that one as well. That one, I think, just hasn't got quite the same quality. So I think that's one of the best of the sort of private blend, I believe they call them, from Tom Ford. Tobacco Vanille, Lost Cherry, and Fabulous. They're the three I'd always recommend from them. That noise is annoying, isn't it? Anyway, I have now done 5,000 steps according to my watch, all while reviewing fragrances. Some slightly different ones there, so I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, my brother's not going to be very happy. I've nicked all his fragrances, but I wanted to kind of show you some of the other ones I had, or some of the ones I've smelt that I've forgotten about that he's got at the minute as well, and hopefully giving you some ideas of things you might want to look for. Of course, I'm always on the lookout for different scents, ones that I've not tried, and if you can recommend any for me, please do so, because I'd love to buy them. Hoping to have a few more soon as well, so I'll certainly keep you updated on that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm sure you're sick of hearing that whirring noise now. Definitely check out that coffee collection, and I really, really recommend Affogato. That's the one that's really surprised me. That might be on my shopping list soon. I'm going to have a little look on eBay now. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.